Hi, I'm Aidan Rodley and welcome to a new season of Kiwi Bred, providing an insight into the New Zealand thoroughbred breeding industry. Coming up on this week's show, we visit Puamoa in his return to Windsor Park Stud and chat to Graham de Grucci, the breeder of Puamoa's Group 1 winning son, Sacred Elixir. But coming up first, Kiwi Bred visited Waikato couple Wayne and Vicki Pike, a couple of quiet achievers who for 4 decades have enjoyed success in thoroughbred breeding. Wayne and Vicki Pike are one of New Zealand's most enduring and endearing breeding partnerships. Proprietors of Karapiro's Longlands Stud, Wayne and Vicki have recently brought up 40 years involvement in the breeding industry, and in 2017 will celebrate 30 years at their Waikato farm.
We were running pubs in Hawke's Bay. We got into horses as a hobby. One thing just developed into another. We bought a filly, it was a good filly. Then we bought drum, and we felt the isolation was just, it was too difficult. And once we started breeding, of course, we were always on the road, so hence the move north.
The move from owning to breeding, it's one that a lot of owners don't take. What prompted you to do that?
The first filly we raced was a Silver Dream filly called Frist, and we bought her from Windsor Park Stud, and she was actually his first winner. She won 4 or 5 races. We became very attached to her, so we decided to breed. We had a little property we'd bought in Hastings, so we sent her around to our friend Norm Hawthorne to Averay and bred a horse called Our Buddy. And from there we just kept buying fillies, and some of them were no good, but we were very
Probably
successful.
the one that set us on the road was
Jubilee.
Miss Jubilee,
Yeah.
who's the granddam of Bex, Steely Dan, all that family. Been a great old family. Bought it off Jack O'Brien. Ring by, sitting in the stand thinking, this is a nice looking filly. Went round and had a look at it, and Jack O'Brien looked at me and says, well lad, you bought a nice filly, but after a race it's a bit bent-legged. And so, but she's ended up a very, very good brood mare.
Wayne and Vicki settled at their current property, a free draining farm close to Cambridge, and have developed the broodmare band, which has continued to flourish.
We're only breeding from 10 mares at the moment, and that's plenty for us now. We've tried to cut it down, but then we seem to end up racing very good fillies that end up in the broodmare paddock. So quite by chance more than anything else, we've ended up with a very, very good band of broodmares now. And a lot of it stems back to Miss Jubilee and a little mare we bought at Claudeland's sale called Modinka. I used to ride her work, Wayne trained her, we were practicing training, and she was the fastest little mare and such a sweetie, and she is the foundation of the great family that we're still breeding from now.
Yeah, she's the granddam of Rangi Rang Do.
Talk Rangi Rang Do, how did breeding of him come about?
Probably just the association with John Thompson and Pentire. At that stage he was a younger sire, just looking good, and it was just appeared to us to be the right cross, and it was.
He was a wonderful horse. He was a beautiful yearling. We got good money at the time for him, and he got lost during the EI in Australia. He got lost for 12 months, and I didn't think he'd ever appear, and then all of a sudden in Chris Waller's stable, there he was, and he just gave us so many thrills and so much heartache. We were there at Doomben the day he died, and I hadn't seen him for 6 years, and went down to the tie-ups and put my arms around him, and the strapper even said, I think this horse knows you. And to be there that day was pretty heartbreaking for everybody, but he was a great horse.
Oh, look, he's probably the best we've bred. We've bred a lot of handy mares like Chintz, Chanel, what else? Waterford. Actually, there's quite a few, but you just sort of, when you've raced a few, they sort of come and go, and you end up breeding.
We've actually bred 3 Group 1 winners by Pentire, which is not bad. A horse called Pantani. We bred Marcus Maximus, who won the Perth Derby, but we actually sold the mare in foal to Pentire. So we've had a great association with Pentires, obviously.
Vicki has long followed a notion to take advantage of the nick of a Pentire mating with a Star Kingdom line mare. which has led to Pentyre siring 3 of the couple's 5 Group 1 winners.
There are nicks and crosses that we follow in our breeding, but generally it's mainly conformation and temperament that we go for in when we're breeding.
Yeah, you've got to breed a type more than anything. If you haven't got that, it's very hard to market.
Wayne and Vicki have purposefully restricted their numbers, and that has meant they can remain hands-on with every facet of their business.
We foal them ourselves, we raise them ourselves, prepare them for the sales. This last year we've actually spread them out. We haven't done Karaka ourselves for the first time since Karaka started. We gave yearlings to other studs, put them through their drafts, and it worked very, very well. And we could come home.
We've got a good girl here. She's been with us 7 years. Oh, it could be longer. 10.
10 years, I think.
10 years. Rachel Flynn, and she does a lot of the hands-on work now. And she's very, very good.
As well as sticking to proven sires for the vast majority of their matings, Wayne and Vicki rely on old-fashioned horse husbandry, and it's obvious how much they care for their horses.
I think just there are so few of the old-fashioned horsemen around. We rode as kids, we rode in the show ring. I met Wayne when I was 13 on a riding school. And so we've been involved in horses all our lives. We can look out in the paddock and we can sense something's wrong before it's happened. And I think it's just experience, years and years of doing this. And we look after our horses unbelievably well. They don't, the mares get fed every day of their lives, probably more than they should. They're rugged in the winter, they're much loved.
Wayne and Vicki breed to sell, fetching their top price of $450,000 for a Pentyre colt out of Charmed at Karaka in 2010, though they're always happy to race anything that doesn't meet their valuations. Wayne and Vicki's son Tony has gone on to establish himself as one of New Zealand's premier trainers, something the couple is exceptionally proud of. Besides, it means they have their own private trainer.
Very, very proud. But he's put the time and effort into it. He, again, was born and raised with horses all his life. He rode very successfully on ponies when he was young. Went off to university to make a career outside horses, and 4 years later said, I can't do this anymore, I want to train. So that's kind of where he started. But he is a horseman too, and he's prepared to put the time and effort into it, so well done. Very, very proud of him. But Tony's also very attached to this place, obviously. We moved here when he was 13, and he still loves coming home, rattles through the pantry looking for all the yummy cakes and yummy mum's cooking. And but they come out here a lot, and we have a wonderful time. The kids roar around out here, and we've got motorbikes, and so yeah, he loves his home.
Wayne and Vicki say they love the thrills breeding provides and have made some of their closest friends through the industry.
There's no rules in this game, and money can't buy you the best horse. Everybody has a chance to succeed if they do it right. That's what we love about it.
But then we've met a lot of nice people over the years, like when we had the hotels.
But we have had some wonderful times over the 40 years. As Wayne said, we've met some fabulous people and learnt so much. And you can never say that you know everything. Every day something new comes up. And one of the people who really set us on the path to breeding was Norm Hawthorne. He lived round the corner from us in Hastings, and he taught us pretty much everything we knew. And he'd come into our place and he'd say, Wayne, pasture's not good enough in that paddock, spray it, fertilise it. But he was fabulous. He was so good to us. And
probably one of the best horsemen I've known, I would say, Norm Hawthorne. He was hands-on. Yeah. He'd been through it all. He had a great influence on us.
Wayne and Vicki have taken shares in a variety of stallions but have no plans to deviate from their modus operandi.
I think we'll just carry on as we're doing now. We have become quite selective with our mares. We've culled a few over the years. We've brought in spec buys, but we'll just keep the numbers to about 10, 12 mares. It's very manageable with one full staff member, and breed them well, raise them well, and hopefully continue to have more success.
Wayne and Vicki Pike have a phenomenal record and a terrific band of broodmares, and we expect their success to continue. Right now we're going to take a short break, and when we return we head to Windsor Park Stud to check out Coolmore Shuttle sire Pour Moi.